Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark movies and mysteries.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark movies and mysteries.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark movies and mysteries. And this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. It's great to be in the house of the double deckers.
Yeah, I always have a little extra pep in my step when Hallmark Movies and Mysteries releases one of these dramas on a Friday night.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sets
oh,
you up
yeah.
real nice for the weekend.
Time to get it going.
I've been having a tough week. I can't wait to kick my weekend off right.
Split families and dogs.
Divorcees.
Big D.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good to be
boy.
here. Guys, it is great to be here, though, in all honesty. I am excited for today's episode. Would love for you to come and join us. If you are hearing this and you're like, I wonder what they look like. I bet they're handsome. Come
Only
be
one way to find
disappointed.
out, and that's on Philo.
Philo.tv/DTH. Come check out the show. Save it so you get every episode a little like, hey, there's a new one. That's a lot of fun, I think, for the people at Philo. So Philo.tv/DTH. Speaking of fun, guys, what's the most fun thing you've done this month?
This month.
This month.
Were we in August here?
Yeah, still in August. Yeah. Done a lot of fun this month.
Yeah?
I was at the beach.
Yeah?
Turned 40. We had a company barbecue
Yeah, that
slash
was a lot
birthday
of
for
fun.
Aaron, who my kids called Sharon.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
You missed that part, I think,
you,
right?
you were gone. One of
Sharon.
my children's was like, hey, Sharon.
That's my favorite part of the
Yeah.
month that I wasn't
think
even
we all
there.
agree that's
I wasn't
the
even
best
there.
part of the month.
Sharon.
Hey, Sharon, could you do me a favor, bud?
Or as Brian's kids call her, Sharon.
Sharon!
The
Sharon!
proper way.
Sharon!
Sharon.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. All right. Love grows.
More love it.
The more.
Grows.
The
Oh,
more.
what a fun intro.
That was fun. I thought that was fun. The More Love Grows originally aired on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries on August 18th, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific. And it went a little something like this. Helen is married to Paul. They have a daughter. Her name is Allie.
They
And
drive a Kia Forte.
They do drive a
More
Kia
room
Forte.
than you would think in a Kia Forte.
Is there an electric version?
I don't think so.
Can you find out?
I can.
A daughter named Allie who is getting ready to head to college. Now, there's some clear tension between Helen and Paul. You can tell that because Paul's on his phone. And Helen doesn't like it. When he finds out that he's getting a promotion and has to move to Denver, he tells her that he wants the big S. Not the drink.
Separation.
Separation. A dog shows up at her doorstep to help her while she is sad, and she calls the vet that she met. His name is Ben. Ben loves 3 things. Well, Ben loves 2 things, and there's also a fun fact about him. Ben loves Chumbawamba. Ben loves animals, and Ben is also a divorcee. I realized I did 2 loves and then just a
He's
fact.
a veteran as well.
He's
you
a
said?
veteran as well, yes.
Wow.
Thank you for your service, Ben.
Thank you for your service, Ben.
She decides that she will keep the dog, who she will call Elmer, until she finds his owner. And Ben helps her get dog supplies at the pet store. Her mom keeps trying to get Helen and Paul to stay together, but they're not having it. They're not interested. Elmer eats some chocolates. That's one thing I know about dogs is that they shouldn't eat chocolate. And so she calls Ben just panicking like, oh, the chocolate, his tummy hurts. And Ben is like, bring him to my office right away so I can see you face to face and tell you that he's going to be okay. But also I will come by your house in the morning as well. Smiley face, winky face. He didn't send that text, but you could see it. If you saw him, you'd know he was the embodiment of a smiley face and a winky face.
Got it. Combo.
I'll see you in the morning. They keep hanging out. They're walking their dogs. They're getting stuck in the rain. They're talking about her drawings, which she's thinking about getting into again, by the way.
She draws. She's thinking about starting to draw again.
She's getting
I wish we'd known she was a drawer. She didn't
Yeah.
really
It changes
draw
everything.
movies.
Yeah, things are getting hot and
think you know
heavy.
someone.
Hot and heavy. One day, out of the blue, she gets a call. Elmer is a dog and Elmer is their dog, the people on the other end of the phone. And they're like, hey,
Smiley face, winky face?
smiley face, winky
face,
face.
winky
You
face.
can't see us through the phone. But we're doing that. But when they see how much Elmer loves Helen and how much their kids hate Elmer, they're like, you can keep him.
Angry
Thanks
face.
for coming all the way back here. Angry face, and then also like the
Cringe face.
what cringe face.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, she goes to the separation meeting where you
Yeah.
or with a
Yeah, you're
lawyer and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, we're doing this
Arbitration,
thing.
whatever it's called, yes.
And
Mediation
Paul says, here's a fun fact about a fun fact about me is I no longer want to separate. I have noticed that
Let's stay together, loving you weather.
That's a good one.
Weather.
Add that to the playlist.
that was beautiful.
Thank you.
He's like, I've noticed that since we separated, you have become fun. And I don't think it's fair. These are his words. I don't think it's fair that I was married to you before you were fun, and now I would like a shot now that you're
Like
fun.
fun Helen.
Yes, and she's
Helen
like,
emoji.
no, that's not how this works. Deuces, I like who I'm becoming. I'm gonna keep being that
Peace sign
person.
emoji.
Peace sign emoji. Rock on emoji, middle finger emoji.
Sure.
All again, this is all face to face,
face-to-face.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
you can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Sims.
Ben
The Sims, exactly.
Ben tells her that he would like to, maybe hang out more. Not
Eggplant
as
emoji.
the
Right.
vet, eggplant emoji. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. And she's like, I don't think I can do that right now. But they do go to the same concert, not together. And as a little surprise to how they met, which is him singing Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping off the album Tub Thumper, he
Hard
gets
eyes emoji.
Hard eye emoji. Number one emoji. He gets the band to play Tub Thumping, and they sing it together. They agreed to continue to hang out, and they do that at the end of this movie. They go and they walk their dogs together, and in the words of Chumbawamba, they got knocked down, but they're gonna get. And that was the more love grows. I get knocked down.
We did it.
You're never gonna
keep me down.
You're never gonna keep me down. Let's take a quick break. We'll come
I'm gonna
back.
grab a whiskey drink, a vodka drink, a cider drink, a lager drink. You guys need anything?
I'll take
have some
one
of
of
yours
those.
each, okay.
Okay. We'll be right back here on
Deck
the
the
Hallmark. Hey everybody, it's Bran. Welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, Brian.
I hope you're doing well. We're talking about The More Love Grows. It is the movie that we watched, and we're here to
Thank goodness.
break down. We have 4 segments that are going to help us do that. We're going to start with a hot take. It is where we share our takes on this movie. We make them as hot as humanly possible. And I will pass it to the hottest of the three of us, Brian. Brian, what did you think of this movie?
So I like this movie, actually. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Decky Award winner Elmer stole the show.
Wow.
I think. Do we have a Decky Award for dogs?
No, we don't.
We don't,
do
but we
now.
maybe
Tell you
should.
what.
But you just called him Decky Award winner, not
He's about
nominee.
to be. No, he's about.
He says, I don't even have to
For
get
an
on
award
it.
that doesn't
We don't
exist.
even need
Yeah.
to vote. Speaking of awards, award for the fastest dissolution of a marriage,
Of
20-year
all time.
marriage of all time with the fewest amount of words. No explanation goes to Paul.
No.
Everybody,
Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations,
Paul never gets
Paul.
to say a thing about it.
Yeah, not a word.
No.
Holy cow, he just does it with emoji, like his eyes, like
Yeah.
emoji faces. Really,
Yeah.
Like in these movies, sometimes they water down the emotions that would be involved in a situation where there are
Yeah.
strong emotions. And in this case, I feel like they turned on the Reedy River waterfall and just
You mean the number,
The
one,
number one
waterfall in the country?
In the country?
in the country.
That
They
is not
just-
turned on or off. It just is a natural waterfall.
Yeah, they turned it on for
Thank
this
you.
one. They washed away any emotions that could have been involved with the
Yeah.
breakup of this
So
relationship.
why did you like it so much?
the whole movie, I'm thinking, there's no way that she's so okay. There's no
No.
way he can get away with not explaining this. There's no way. The whole time, I'm just like, yeah, this is too much. And then, Chumbawamba. When they played, I'm not joking. When they played Chumbawamba live at the end, it cleared everything for me. I was at the point where I'm like, Paul, who? They never should have been married in the first place.
That's right.
They don't belong together.
He doesn't even
This-
like Chumbawamba.
He doesn't even like him.
can see it
Just
in
get
his
him
eyes.
outta here.
Chumbawamba. That's a red flag out there.
That's
So-
the biggest red flag.
No kidding.
They changed. I realized that during this movie they changed just my emotional response based on how they ended this movie. And just for that, I'm just round of applause, and made me just like, and I think that this is sort of your faults, because Chumbawamba like has a real special place in my heart now because it comes up in these weird scenarios that
And
we're
then
in.
we always play it when we're in the
All the
car
time, in
on
the car.
any sort of road trip.
Yeah.
Once we get to
It's
New Jersey,
blasting.
we put it on. But Kansas City, we always
the
end
time.
up playing that song when
Sometimes
we're all
Rig
riding in
and
the car.
Trace jump in.
Sometimes Rig and
It's
Trace sing that song.
a
It
good
is a big
time.
part of bigger part of Deck the Hallmark than I
It's
think
a
I'd
huge
care to
time.
admit. Yeah, that's right.
I think even at that dinner, we had the guy we requested. He
That's
played
right.
it
We
live
requested it
for
at the
It's
dinner. That's right.
So
That
this
was a great
song,
version.
for some reason, this song has like cornered a spot for me that's just like, oh, it can do no wrong now, and it's all good memories. And so when this movie kept repeating the Chumbawamba line, and then they rocked out the song at the end, like I couldn't believe it. So I can't not like this movie.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
She starts playing Chumbawamba, says this is a blah, blah, blah from somebody who really hopes you're doing great. If she turns around in the crowd parts and he's holding a whiskey, a vodka, a lager, and cider,
outta
and he
here.
says, I didn't know what you wanted to drink.
Oh man, that's next level. That is next level.
It's the ending of the year.
It would have been. Holy cow. So yeah,
Ending of the year.
I can't knock it. I had a really good time, and I feel like I have no control over that.
Yeah, no, the Chumbawamba,
the
Chumbawamba of it all does put me in between a rock and another hard place. Is that the saying?
No.
Nope.
Because
You added a third hard place to the mix.
You made it even harder.
There's a rock, a hard place, and another hard. There's another door. I don't really know what you're doing there.
What I'm trying to say is we have Chumbawamba. We have one of the greatest songs of all time. And then we also have a movie that by and large made me sad. And then you are stuck with, what do I do with this? What do I do with all of these feelings that I have? And I think what you do is you get back up again.
Yes.
And I think what you do is
my
you
gosh.
say, nothing that could happen is ever going to keep me down. And for that reason, movie of the year. Not really, but I could see an argument for it because that's how good Chumbawamba is. That's how good Tub Thumping from the Tub Thumper album is. And I just love the inclusion. And here's the thing. I didn't really love it early on when it was kind of like, okay, we're doing this thing. When they brought it back at the end, to your point, Brian, when the band played it, it hit.
Yes.
It hit hard. Elmer is cute. The rest of this movie was just kind of it is what it is situation for me. I didn't love it. It didn't make me feel super great. But Tub Thumping is a national treasure, and so I am stuck in between so many different hard places. Dan,
And
all of them. There's so many rocks.
so many
there.
rocks.
I can't believe I thought we'd make it to the feels segment before I got to talk about Tub Thumping, because that was the one feel I had in this movie. At the end, when the band plays Tub Thumping, it's great. The rest of this movie whomps. It is bad. It's a bad movie. There are bad dog owners. There are bad characters, bad parents, bad fiancés, bad exes. It's no one to pull for. And I didn't care at all aside from about the dog and Chumbawamba, and that was it. And that's the only reason it won't end up in the bottom tier for me.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Is sometimes all you need is a dog and Chumbawamba, and I think we know that. But that's all this movie had, and the rest of it was pretty darn terrible. So, yeah, not good, but those two things save it a little bit. A little bit. The rest of it is just pissing the night away.
It's time for all the feels. This is where we talk about what in this movie made
We've
us
done
go.
all the lyrics of the song.
Give me those feels. Give me those feels.
Danny Boy. We got to do that one.
Yeah,
Brian, any other feels for you?
Yeah, well, the music was one
Sure.
field. And
Chumbawamba? Did you say?
And there was actually another song that was a banger called "Be Bold" by Devin Rush.
Okay.
And for Lee, that's Devin is spelt with a Y, not an O. So adding that one to the list, just a little heads up there. That was a really good song. They wrote an original song that she played after the Chumbawamba song, which
Before it.
Before it.
Wasn't it
Really?
before it? The last one was Chumbawamba.
Oh, okay. Then she
The
played
one, the song
Elmer.
that was about Elmer?
Yeah, look
that
at my
was
face,
before.
Elmer. Yeah. That caught me off guard too. Like, that's impressive. They wrote a whole original song. And then just
10 seconds long.
it was longer than that. I wrote
Man,
down all the lyrics.
I mean,
they're
it
great.
was
All
was
right,
not long.
go ahead.
We don't have to. We don't have to.
Go
do all the
ahead.
lyrics. All right, fine. It was. I got a boy.
I will
as-
give you my feels. My feels is the fact that you wrote down all the lyrics to "Lick My Face, Elmer,"
I assume it's called Lick
which
My
goes
Face.
as follows.
It goes. I got a boy, sweet as can be. He shakes his behind whenever he sees me. I got a boy I really adore. He's got a hairy back and he sleeps on the floor. Oh, I got a boy. He eats from a can, but when he's in my arms, I don't need no other man. Elmer, make my day and lick my face.
14 seconds. I counted the whole time, and she was singing it as fast.
You think
as,
so?
Yes.
It was
like
a punk song too. So
yeah,
that
it was
is-
under 30 seconds.
What's
Definitely.
interesting is all of those lyrics come at the end of the song. So what's the rest of the song
Yeah.
that we don't get to hear?
I'd love to hear that.
I'd love to
That's
hear it.
interesting.
I'd love to hear it.
And the only
for
other thing, I'm sorry, real quick, was her changing the oil actually worked for me. Not the actual scene, but the idea of being in that situation.
Of
in your
changing
life.
the oil? I mean, you
Of
can
just
do
doing
it, buddy.
something that
You've never done
you're in
before?
a rough. No, I've never done change my own oil, but just be in a spot where like I'm going to try something that I've never done or seems impossible. Like I'm just going to go mess this up real quick.
Yeah.
That worked.
Okay, Dan.
I already said it was a true.
All right, we're gonna be right back with the Wait What and the What the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark.
Deck the Hallmark.
Lick My Face, Elmer.
There it is.
We're back. We're talking about When the Hope Grows.
Not when home grows.
The more
The more
more you
love
love it.
grows.
It's about time.
between a rock.
Let's get to the Wait What. It is where we share the times in this movie while we were watching it that we stopped and we went, wait just 1 second, please. To all involved. Brian?
What furniture company has the profit margins to hire an illustrator to hand draw
Yeah.
all their assembly instructions? It's insane. That was infuriating to me as a technical writer. I don't know if you guys know this.
When I don't know if she in the movie, her job is technical writer. Is it
Technical illustrator.
not? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was led astray.
Yeah, a
by
little bit.
Someone that will
No,
remain.
she said technical illustrator.
Did she?
Yeah.
I'm taking it to the tape.
Yeah, please
Oh,
do.
boy.
Aaron
She,
said she was a technical writer.
She's I mean, they change one screw in the product design, and you're like literally erasing a thing. Like it's just.
There's no
this is
world.
why we have software.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. I'll skip the directory, the high
So
school.
you hate
directory.
illustrators is what I'm picking up.
No. That's
No.
not-
And you think that you think
no.
AI should
I
take
just-
over?
No,
Yes.
no, definitely
Yeah.
not.
Got it.
No, I don't think that.
No, well, then, I mean,
you know,
you
when you
said-
meet a dog whisperer in a park and you want some help with your dog, the best place to do that is to go to a coffee shop. Leave the
For
dog
sure.
park, go to a
For
coffee
sure.
shop.
As soon as we realize
Yes.
that, we got to get out of the dog
Yeah,
park.
yeah.
Immediately.
The dog park that's beautiful and
Yeah.
nobody else is in. And then I was just irrationally excited for the mediation session because when she mentioned we're going to talk about the division of assets, I was just like, here we go. I sat up in my chair.
Yeah.
And then they
No.
skipped that whole thing, and that was disappointing. There was a real drummer for this punk band, and he was right on beat.
He was on beat. He wasn't
He was
hitting
not
the
hitting the
But
cymbals.
cymbals.
that was my
but
wait. What was let him hit the cymbals?
Let him
at
hit the
least.
cymbals.
Like he was
Yeah.
right, so that was.
I'm not
kinda
actually sure as to why you wouldn't.
He had to like round it off too, so he wouldn't
because
hit
the
him.
the song's clearly pre-recorded, so might as well let if you're
Let 'em
gonna
loose.
mute
Yeah.
it
I don't
anyway.
get it.
I don't
It
really.
must have been like a noise.
But I've seen this
level.
in movies before where they don't actually play the
Yeah.
drums, and I never know why because it's like
It makes no sense.
yeah,
Maybe
especially
because
when
you're
there's
actually
music. Yeah.
working and you have to like pay them if they actually play or something like that.
Maybe it's
like
just a matter of like keeping people like acting the way they need to act. It's just so
That might be it.
hard if you're just hearing drums and like cymbals crash and stuff.
all right, well,
do your
lightning
job, you know.
lightning crashes.
Old mother dies.
I know. I know.
I hate that.
oh, Danny boy.
So, her daughter, we see some bits and pieces of her life in college and how hard it is.
What a
and you're
useless
torn-
plot line.
Yeah.
She goes clubbing at one point, and it's so loud. The club's so loud, and she says, "I gotta get out of here." And so she goes outside, and she's talking to this guy. And all I could think about is, why is she clubbing at a community center?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
this building is not a club. It's
No.
not like a downtown area. This is This is a community
I
center.
thought it was like a student center.
It looked, yeah, it's something like that. And
like-
I it's just like,
Yeah.
what's happening there? Do you want to go down to Club Benet? It's at the community center. they have they have it for a couple hours. It's going to be really awesome. There is a scene where she's having a conversation with Ben. Ben is over, and the dog is in between them, and the dog jumps off, and you can see them both just kind of go, oh, there goes Elmer. And then when the camera cuts back to them, the dog is still right in between them. So it's clear that Elmer just took one for the team there and just was like, I'm done shooting,
suckers.
and there's nothing we could do about it. We've already shot what do we do? Elmer's done for the day. And that's the thing about Elmer. I appreciate that about Elmer. Elmer says, when I'm done, I'm done. And you can't put me in a box.
No.
I'm Elmer. What do you want? He looks over and he says, is that Oliver Twist? That's my favorite book. And she says, oh, yeah, it's my favorite book too. Come over here, grab him over here, bring him over here. I've written so many notes. Yeah. And I'm here to tell you, as someone who has never read a book, that looks exactly like my Oliver Twist copy. That's never been opened.
That's right.
That book could not have been newer. Those books were fresh, crisp. No one's written any notes in there. And last but not least, it is a bold move to hear a knock at the door and just yell,
oh, yeah.
Keys under the mat, come in unless you're an intruder. It's a bold move. Was it played for laughs? Yes. Was I concerned about her moving forward? It's a reckless move. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't just go, come on in, keys under the mat.
And I've literally driven by your house and the door's been wide open and no one's been
I
home.
don't care. Here's the fun fact about me. I don't care to lock my door when I leave. It makes it harder for me to get in my house when I get home.
That's right.
When I am inside, I lock it. Because you know what's important to me?
The thing,
The people.
That's right.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
If you want to get in, you'll get in.
Mm-hmm.
Dan?
That's why, Dan, you'll never be robbed.
That's right. Exactly. When you just got a wide open door.
Well, I'm actually making it easier.
You put a sign on, check the door next door.
Ask me how many times I've been robbed. Zero times.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But what about digitally over the internet?
Oh, yeah. You've been scammed left and right.
I was not robbed. I gave them my money.
You did, voluntarily. That's right. I don't need to tell you that the Kia Forte is a mid-size sedan with the spaciousness of a full-size sedan.
Does it have an EV?
It doesn't. That's the Kia Niro.
Niro. Maybe one movie.
But boy, in this movie, do we get a full-screen Kia Forte logo. Not like in the corner. The entire screen, Kia Forte. One of the more egregious product placements I've seen in these movies that only last a split second. Most of the rest of mine are about college and this daughter at college. Number one, it's her first semester in school, and she is taking, in her first semester, freshman of college, organic chemistry, physics, and neuroscience in one semester. Have you lost your mind? You're 18 years old. Like, spread it out. Take a billiards class. Maybe start with some gen ed, just like biology or whatnot. Seems like a lot. This is one of those colleges that has bells.
Yes,
like you're still in high school.
I heard that too. Yeah.
The bell rings. You're like, where are we right now? Not in college.
Benoit School of Bells.
Yeah. Her class, her organic chem class, has 3 midterms.
Yeah.
And that's like a Brandon Gray School of Math situation. A midterm is midway through the term. It is not, there's not 3 of them. It's one midterm. That's how that works. There can't be more of those. Rachel Boss's character is always like, my daughter's been wanting me to get back into drawing. You've been drawing the whole movie. Like, get back into doing what you love, different story. But you literally draw every day. So many drawing scenes, and it seems like you love it, too. I don't understand that. Rachel Boston's mom is one of the worst people on the planet. I just...
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Can't believe we haven't talked about it yet.
I just couldn't believe her.
Yep.
Like, inviting your soon-to-be ex-husband without telling you, like re-cooking food in front of your face, meddling, telling you don't look good, like just nonstop passive-aggressive berating of your own daughter. It was tough to watch. And she comes around to the end, too little, too late, didn't want any part of it. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark. It is where we wonder what could have been. Maybe have it give some clarity what they'll have. Brian?
Yeah, I was very impressed with Elmer, and I wonder if that. Do you think he was method to the level where he actually ate the chocolate lava cake?
Wow.
That's a good
I
question.
wonder because he was
You
playing
think
that
they
up.
harmed a dog on set?
I think he knew what he was doing. Maybe he knows the
You
line.
think he's like, I know the line.
Yeah,
I know how to eat
I
this
can have
without
a couple
actually getting
bites.
sick. Yeah,
He played that off pretty well.
I can have a couple bites.
Yeah, just a couple bites. A couple more.
I have never changed my own oil before. And this movie made me wonder if I could.
You could.
For the vlog?
Did it make me wonder if I could do it successfily?
You
Yeah.
could. It's not hard.
You think I could?
It's
you
just
think
about
me?
pain, right?
Yes, the
You think
reason
I could?
you get someone else to change your oil is just pure convenience.
Yeah.
You know what? I did
oil?
this.
Like,
I'm trying to be a little bit more handy. And this weekend, I took down an old
Christmas decoration?
No. I took down an old light and put in a new light and a fixture over my dining room table.
Ooh, did the electrical
Turned off
work
the
too?
power. Yeah, turned off the electrical. Did the wham
Boy.
Turned it on. It worked.
Look at you.
The house has burned down, but we're
The light
but,
is still
Another
standing.
but the
hero.
light is still. But it worked for a second.
Look at you.
Worked for a
Congratulations.
second.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thanks. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Dan.
There's a movie her BFFs bring over to cheer her up, and that movie is called Notebook. Not The Notebook. It's just called Notebook. There are 2 stars. I did not bother to read their names, but it was not McAdams and Gosling. It is 2 other people. The movie is just called Notebook. I want to know what that movie is, what it's about, and some more information on it. It is, and the fact that you couldn't stream it anywhere. They have the DVD copy of Notebook.
Yes.
I think is, we got a lot of physical media there.
What I love is that the people who made this movie, they said, let's make it, it'll be a funny, which it was a funny. Like they went to great lengths to bring a movie called Notebook with a different cover. It's not The Notebook, different actors on it. It was a thing that they gave more than just like a fleeting thought to, because it had to
Correct.
go to like
Yeah.
the graphics
You're
department,
right.
etc.
Clearly. Like
So-
it's enough to where they wanted how do you get there?
Yeah.
They're writing a script, like they bring over a copy of the Notebook. All right, well, we can't use the Notebook. What do? You could have you could get an old Hallmark DVD and just like change the title on
Yeah,
it.
true.
Be fine.
I liked it.
No.
You're right.
Notebook.
They did have to think
They had to
through.
think about it. They really thought it
Notebook.
through. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. We're going to be back tomorrow with When Calls to Heart and Friday with Fast Fridays. Fast and Furious, also known as the Fast and Furious 4. But why would we call it that? Until then, maybe we're the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. Is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.